All right, welcome wrestling fans to the Ringside Report. I'm your host, Joe Bogans. It is officially Wednesday, and now the shakeup has shook out. Some of the big moves, I guess, if you want to call it that. Dean Ambrose back on Monday Night Raw. No mention that I heard of what happens with Renee Young. And for those of you that watch Total Divas, when they had the draft several months back, she was ready to switch roles altogether and get out of the business if she had to, if they didn't put her and Dean together. So it's going to make me wonder, not really care a whole lot because I'm not a big Renee Young fan, to be honest with you. But if they don't move her, now at the same time, if they do, it's a bad precedent set, because now, how do you split other couples up? It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Bray Wyatt, that was a lot of surprise to me because, well, he just lost the title to Randy Orton. That shouldn't have happened anyway, but just lost the title, never had a return match. They have one set up, and all of a sudden he's going to switch brands. It pretty much tells you that he's not getting the belt back. Why have the match? Not very smart. That's all I got to say about it. I also thought Bray Wyatt was a very good fit with the SmackDown vibe. You haven't quite figured out how Hunter can be so good in Orlando with NXT, and yet Raw sucks so bad on a regular basis. I haven't figured it out. And then, of course, we also have The Miz. Gotta respect this guy. He's been around forever now. He's done his job. He doesn't get injured. Doesn't injure other people. Fans still love him or hate him. It's that simple. He could be the fan favorite at the drop of a hat. So these are the three moves that they came up with thus far. I have not yet made it to WWE.com to see if they have any of those off-the-air changes that they like to make. Seeing Miz come out and do the whole John Cena shtick again was kind of entertaining. Makes you wonder if after his little hiatus, if Cena's not going to show back up at Raw's War. Well, Raw is all it is now. I get the idea of switching up the rosters. You want to come up with new feuds and all that stuff. But when you're doing this twice a year, because it's been less than 12 months if my math is right, you're not really having two brands. I mean, go back to territory days, you didn't see guys switching every 3 months. They'd do a year, sometimes two. Then they'd move on. The world champ would stick around a little longer. But this is what they determined to do, so we'll go with it the way it is. Again, look at the talent in the ring right here. Bray Wyatt on Monday Night Raw. That's a loss for Wyatt. He had his best days in the last 12 months. That's because he was finally getting used right. He wasn't getting buried by John Cena in a pay-per-view in his first 3 months. Of course, they just buried him at WrestleMania. But I digress. Also on the Raw side, we saw Alexa Bliss joining the team. Not a bad move for her. The biggest show that they have has the smallest superstar on the roster. But she is a feisty little package, I'll tell you what. Love looking at me some Alexa Bliss. Speaking of the women's division on Monday nights, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. No pun intended. Will somebody please release Nia Jax from a wrestling contract before she kills someone? She can't wrestle. She can't move. Her timing sucks. And she damn near paralyzed Charlotte. Girl, if you cannot hit a freaking shoulder breaker, get out of the business. You know what they say about talent? It skips a generation. Have some kids and I'll bet they'll be the most talented mothers in the world. Watching Nia Jax and Charlotte, that crowd was not only dead, I think they were frightened. They were frightened that Charlotte was going to go out legit on a gurney. I have never been a fan of Nia Jax. I remember her doing an interview saying, I thought about being a diva, but I looked around and I says, they don't have divas that look like me. No, they have women wrestlers, though. Maybe you heard of Awesome Kong. That girl can wrestle. She can out-wrestle half the guys in that locker room. So it ain't about your look, it's about your talent. You don't have any. Before you hurt somebody, get out. Geez, where to even start with SmackDown? We have to do a fatal four-way for this one. So they picked up Kevin Owens. I'm all right with that. I'm not going to pretend I'm happy with it, but I'm all right with it. Sami Zayn comes out. Look, if they continue these two feuding, then what's the point in moving them? Been there, done that, seen it, let's move on. Hopefully they will. And then we got the currently sidelined Rusev going to SmackDown. But this was the one right here that stole the show from me. Shinsuke Nakamura. Let me tell you something. Seeing him and Dolph Ziggler face to face gets me all kinds of excited. These two guys are going to have match of the year quality matches, mark my words. Shinsuke Nakamura is a talent, everyone knows that. Dolph Ziggler is the most underused, underappreciated superstar in the locker room. Dolph Ziggler should be the world champion. Should have been the world champion. He should have been the modern day Ric Flair. I'm not talking about jet flying, limousine riding. I'm just talking about the guy who dominated the title more times than not. Maybe put him in a faction, but have him just be that arrogant, that cocky, and still get it done because he can. He's absolutely flawless on a mic. In-ring talent is beyond anything, and they just won't give him a real run with anything. Closest thing they did was give him the Intercontinental run, and that's an insult. He's had that, been there, done that, beyond that. He deserves a legit one-year world title run. He can still pull it off today. But Dolph Ziggler and Shinsuke Nakamura, you mark my words, they are going to have people buzzing. Now Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn start matching up again. Again, I don't see the point in moving two guys to a roster if you're going to have them feud with each other when you just got done having them feud with each other. And then in NXT they feuded with each other. And anyone who hasn't had their head in the sand for the last 15 years knows throughout the independents they feuded with each other. These guys are not Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. Dusty and Rick are probably the only two guys that I can think of that could make a feud go 2.5, 3 years and you'd still want to go see it that next night. Saw Aiden English out there without his little midget. Gotch released from the company. Good move. Aiden English still with the company. I guess somebody's got to do the 3 count. I have never liked Aiden English from day one. His voice gets on my nerves. His receding hairline gets on my nerves. I am sure he's a great thespian actor. And maybe Broadway's where he belongs. I don't know. It's just the world of pro wrestling and Aiden English don't seem to love each other. Not in my book. You know, the vaudevillain gimmick was mildly amusing in NXT when it really started to catch fire there. But I can tell you right now, I knew when they brought him on the main roster, this is going to go over like a fart in church. And it did. They never got the response on the main roster that they got in NXT. So now Aiden's on his own. Aiden, get used to doing the job, man. That's what it's going to be. And that's what it should be. So all in all, I don't know. I didn't feel like they shook it up that much. I thought they were going to do a draft style, but they didn't do that. So I guess it was like unilaterally decided by Vince McMahon that we're moving these guys around. They never really explained that. All right, it's going to be a short version of the Ringside Report today. Just wanted to get some ideas and thoughts going on the shakeup. We are going to have a special edition of Ringside Report. Should be tomorrow morning. That's Thursday morning as Kevin Owens goes to steal one. It's going to be the top 5 feuds of all time, according to me. And as everybody knows, whenever you put together a top 5 list of anything, somebody's going to have a different opinion. Well, your opinion is welcome. Anybody know how long Rusev's supposed to be off TV? We saw him at WrestleMania. He came out with Lana along the... they had the wrestlers... It's weird. They come down the big ramp, and then when the match is over, with the exception of Cena, Bella, I think that was it. Everybody else went back to the locker room, going down to the right side of the ramp, right side as you look up to the stage. Well, anyway, Rusev and Lana came out on the left side as you look at the stage. And just kind of like, let the fans take some pictures and wave and all that stuff. So he was there, looked around. We'll take a quick look here. See if the WWE posted any after show. We did see one announcer change, big deal. I know somebody from the announce team recently left, or whatever the deal was, released. And I don't know who he is. I don't watch the program anymore. It's so horrible. And even when I do, it's on fast forward until I get to the one or two things I actually like, which is generally Bayley and Sasha Banks. All right, I might have missed this. The New Day also going over to SmackDown. That's my bad. It's probably in fast forward mode and missed it. Who the hell are the Shining Stars? Don't tell me that's the name they're throwing on the colognes, please. Yeah, they got Sin Cara. Who cares? Jinder Mahal. Who cares? Tamina. She's had a rough year. She's had a rough year. Let's give her a break. Oh, yeah, Mickey James went over to Raw. There's a win. Raw very quietly got Apollo Crews. Who cares? Kalisto. Who cares? Slater and Rhino, they're good for laughs. Kurt Hawkins. Kurt freaking Hawkins. This is how you shake it up, huh? You wonder why nobody likes your programming anymore. Vince McMahon, we're going to shake it up. Kurt Hawkins, good job, Vinnie Mac. Nothing says reset better than that. That's what you get for simming a match. I don't know, guys. When I look at this, I don't see a whole lot of shaking up. I think Charlotte's a big move and probably an alright move to make. Part of me would have liked to have seen Alexa Bliss stay there and have one of them go face. Much as I wouldn't mind seeing Alexa Bliss become a fan favorite again, I've never seen anyone do the heel turn as smoothly and effectively as she did. She was a little blue cheerleader, for God's sake. How could you hate her? She was an American girl, the girl next door, pom-poms, mini skirt, and with a snap of her fingers, she is the original bad girl, and damn is she good at it. I'm just glad Charlotte's not dead after Nia Jax. And I'll reiterate it again because I believe it bears repeating. Nia Jax has to go. She's going to really hurt somebody bad. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She needs to go. I cringed when I saw that shoulder breaker. You dropped her head first on your knee. Then you dropped her head first on the mat. I don't want to even know about the apology that took place in the locker room. Don't apologize. Turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to hurt somebody. I've got to take responsibility. I'm out. Where's my check? I'm ready. I understand there's a learning curve in anything you do. But for the love of God, I've never had a day's in-ring training, and I am willing to damn well bet you within 10 minutes I can hit a shoulder breaker with a willing participant. If you guys didn't see the match, I'm telling you right now, it's hard to watch, but go ahead and look it up. And we won't even address the fact that they had her win. Nia Jax goes over Charlotte. In what freaking universe? You know, they couldn't get Awesome Kong or Karma either. They were both busy, I guess. Too much of a head case. Too unpredictable. They invested time in her and she didn't make it. Decided they're going to build their own. Guys, you don't build talent, you develop it. She has nothing to develop. Not looking good for Shinsuke Nakamura right now, is it? Got a lot of blood flowing in this one. Did I just see Rusev throw a drop kick? Gets them. Sami Zayn with a win. Here for Blue Thunder. Nicely done. This is actually an entertaining little match. right, fans, that's it. We're going to have a special edition tomorrow, Ringside Report. Top 5 feuds of all time. Don't miss that one. As always, your comments, your feedback are welcome. That's what this is all about. Until next time, we will see you at Ringside. Joe Bogan saying, so long, everybody.